What you're seeing right here is a pretty unique feature of Nier, which is while the game is played for the most part in a third-person perspective that you would expect, it does at some points switch to other points of view. So you'll find yourself, while you're playing, suddenly switching to this view, which is completely straight top-down. In addition, you'll find yourself playing the game in what most people would recognize as a pretty standard dungeon-crawling isometric view. In addition, there are times when you will be playing from a side-scrolling view. The game constantly challenges what you think it is, what you think the content is, the storyline, and the gameplay switching like that is just part of that experience where you're not really sure what's happening, what is happening in this game. You can see Nier casting Dark Hand. That's a pretty powerful spell that casts one or more hands down upon the enemies and drives them into the ground. The controls of Nier are pretty natural, intuitive. Obviously, being able to cast magic spells and attack and defend all at the same time, it sounds like it might be a little overwhelming, but it's really, really intuitive. All the shoulder buttons on the controllers can be mapped. So if you go in, you can take, right now it's set up to evade and defend, as well as 2 magic spells on the bumpers. You can go change all of those to be all magic. You can change them to be different types of magic. So say, for instance, you want to use a lot of your melee abilities. You can set up your spells to be more focused on defensive and area of attack for in-close fighting. If you want to instead attack from far away, you can choose all magic spells, all ranged magic spells. And then you can stand back like he's doing here, casting Dark Lance, standing behind your defensive wall, and attack your enemies from here. The main enemies in Nier are called shades, and they come in all varieties and sizes. You can see this is a large shade. That shade has a lot of, obviously he's casting some magic attacks that you need to be careful, you need to dodge. He also has a pretty powerful melee attack with those large arms. Now, these things come in sizes from very small to towering, skyscraper-sized creatures. Some of them wear armor, some of them carry shields, some of them cast magic, some of them carry melee weapons. So you really need to, and what Nier enables for you, is to alter the way you approach these encounters. You can go in and you can alter every one of your weapons, you can alter every one of your melee moves and your magic attacks using a word edit system. You pick words up throughout the environment, and if you go into the pages of Grimoire Vice, you can then choose one of those weapons, and you can then choose 2 words that will alter the features of those weapons. So here we have plus 12% attack power already set up on this one word. You can do this at any time. You can do this as many times as you want. So if you find yourself coming out of an encounter and you come across a shade that is wearing a full suit of armor, you may want to go in and change the weapon you're carrying to up your armor penetration as opposed to, say, your magical abilities. And that kind of depth and control is another unique feature that makes Nier so fun to play. It really allows you to change how you approach each individual encounter. Nier will be available April 27th in North America for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.